All right. Let me take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to do the Center for E-Learning presentation, where we really need to understand the Work to Start program. I think one big thing that we really want to see to it is to make sure that we understand the program as it is supposed to be implemented. Now, this is just a component of what we have actually been doing since last year, uh, which is from the biggest project under the Ministry of Education, where we are working with the Zambia Library Service, and this is called Digital and Technology Literacy Program, Literacy Skills Program, DTOS. I want to move on and begin to actually look at what are we trying to achieve. Maybe from here, let me just start by stating here that the biggest problem that we really want to address with whatever we are doing, ladies and gentlemen, is affordability and accessibility in terms of tertiary education or higher education. I'm sure you will agree with me, ladies and gentlemen. So many grade 12 school leavers complete with good results, but they literally fail to access universities or colleges. Why? One, the fees are too high. Secondly, the in terms of opportunity, you find that those that have no money will definitely fail to enter university, regardless of the fact that you have been given a place. As long as you do not have money, even when you apply for a loan, you will definitely fail to enter this particular arrangement. So therefore, DTOS is trying to see how best we can use technology to see change in terms of providing a solution that would actually give each and every person who has this zeal or desire to be able to be an engineer, a nurse, a doctor, or whoever. So they would actually have an access to it and see how best we do that. So this partnership with the ministry is that the ministry provides the enabling environment. Obviously, we cannot work with any other ministry apart from the ministry in terms of education. However, there are other components that we would actually want to use and integrate so that they fall under other ministries or under other ways that we would actually leverage in terms of us to succeed with this ministry program. Therefore, let me move in terms of looking at the work to start this solution. So we start with the understanding the website, and this is exactly communicating to the people that are actually going to be using this website. Now, who is going to be using this website? It is actually you as an agent or the person that you will definitely give this responsibility. Then they will be able to offer this to a person, a school leaver, so that they understand what we are talking about. So when you open this website, ladies and gentlemen, it actually shows you the interface where you'll be able to understand it. So the first thing is where you tell people that empowered futures start from here. Now, I want you to understand when we talk of empowered futures, it is a way of reaching out to those that are financially in need so that they can as well live a life different from the way they used to because they never had money. Now they would actually have money because they have passed through this transformation. You and me agree with me that in every district in this country, you realize that there is no office anywhere where a school leaver would actually walk to and be able to say, oh, I have finished school, I want to do something. Apart from social welfare, where people would go and say, I have no money, see if there's any opportunity they can support or sponsor me. Or now we are talking about CDF, which is actually trying to say identify certain people that would actually apply for a course and be able to be sponsored. How sustainable those programs are is actually up to us to be able to make a judgment. We are not here to say no, they are not working or what. But in everything we do, in order for us to solve a problem, we have to be a little bit innovative and try by all means to see to it that we actually address this matter in a way that is more innovative. And I'm sure when you look at this thing, even just the platform, the way we have actually done it, this is a platform that we are talking about in the next 10 years or even in the next 5 years. We are talking about people getting used to this. So you would actually see that Work to Study is a social innovation with a bold mission, simply to guarantee that every school leaver has access to quality higher education, empowering them to save to seize the job opportunities of the future. So, in most of the rural settings, ladies and gentlemen, I think even just in towns or urban areas, you find that there are those that school leavers that complete school without necessarily having money. Not that they do not want. The efforts may be there, but the manner in which they can actually access these things is what really discourages. I would give you an example. Here is this grade 12 who completes at this particular school. They cannot definitely go to the guidance teacher so that they help them, because the guidance teacher in these ministry functionalities, they are not working as they're supposed to. So they would actually simply sit at home because they do not have a place where they can go. So now, in this particular arrangement, we are establishing a very powerful office in a district, and this office will be actually called Empowering Futures, where the Work to Study would actually sit. When we talk about sitting, it means that the Empowering Futures is actually the umbrella innovation. Then Work to Study is actually a solution. Then we are saying, in doing so, we create a ripple effect of education, employment, and brighter futures for everyone. So we are calling everyone to say, join us in our mission to provide 1 million school leavers with empowering opportunities each year by 2030. So, sorry about that. So, the other thing that we really want to know is that if these young people realize that they really want to be part of this program, they would actually click on the Get Started Today, and then there is a form that is populated in order for them to fill in and be able to be part of this. Now, what are some of the things that we would actually be reflecting in terms of numbers? So we are talking about active students who are participating. So the numbers will change where there is 0 plus there. And then there is the happy families. Obviously, every parent, when they see that things are happening for their children, they would actually be happy. So we would actually indicate there. Then the other thing that we really need to do is to understand the key solutions that we are actually providing under this project and program. One, we want to make sure that each and every school leaver has access to higher education. Be it that they have no good results or they have good results, we need to really see to it that they have, because how do we close a door for someone because he has failed? That is not a very good gesture. I think we need to open up so that each and every person who has actually spent 12 years in school to be able to do something in life. So, access to a higher education this is actually the number one solution. So we would like to make sure that each and every grade 12 has that access to education. So, in short, this particular office we are establishing where this agent sits, it is an office where someone would walk in and say, no, I want to study tertiary education. Then you provide solutions or you understand what they want and help them what you are offering so that they can actually make informed decisions. The other thing is that work integrated learning, we would actually want to make sure that we have platforms that they can actually use in order for them to either study or advance themselves through certain things, especially maybe where we are talking about work. So we have provided those technological platforms. The career development support, this is a very important thing because even when they are studying, we need to advance them with the career development. Even when this person has just completed grade 12, they can actually come and access this. Even people who have actually been, even those that are working, can actually get this service from the district. Community and networking. Our platform connects students with the professionals, building a supportive network for future opportunities. I'll give you an example. You, as an agent, cannot provide access to education. You cannot. But there are people who are specialized who can provide that. So you link them to this situation. You cannot provide this work integrated, whatever, but you can link them to this. Career support, you are not trained in career guidance or counseling, so you connect them to a career guidance person who would actually be able to take up that role at your particular office. Then you create, in doing so, we create a community where everyone is networking. So maybe say, for example, a guidance teacher at a certain place or school would actually be providing services at your through your office. I don't know if it will be in your office or somewhere else where they can actually be such. So you can actually come up with deliberate policies using Ministry of Education infrastructure where you can actually arrange, maybe they meet them somewhere and address them, or you arrange some meeting where everything actually goes that direction. So this is exactly what we are talking about when we talk of the project. I think you better just make sure, just like I said, this is actually the solution. Now, what are we offering, ladies and gentlemen? We are offering two things. There is online learning and also freelance jobs. Now, this online learning, we are trying to see to it that we change the mode in terms of how people learn. One thing that we want to actually emphasize is to get rid of the lecturer, because what makes the fees go up is the lecturer. So we try to see to it that we remove this lecturer from this, and then from there we see how best we can actually make these people learn without necessarily being an expensive venture. So we provide these courses that would actually fall under universities, and universities responsible will definitely give us the materials that we'll be using. I think that one is what we're handling. That when you look at the platform definitely gives you these things that we are talking about. So the fees are actually paid per month. Now, I would actually want to mention here, because I think I have had a question where someone says, suppose this particular child has a father who can manage to pay the fees per month and does not want to be on the program of doing some work. For us, it's okay as long as they are paying per month. And in fact, this can only work to those that are actually already working, not for those that are not working, because obviously we understand and know that they need some income in terms of meeting certain incidentals, because education always goes with cost. The other thing that we are offering is for the needy. I think I need to emphasize that for the needy, we are offering freelance jobs. Now, when we say freelance, it's not that we employ them permanently. No, We are providing a platform where people can actually access them and ask them to do some tasks for them. When they are done, they are paid for those tasks. For example, a parent in Mumba would actually want to do certain things somewhere and would engage, because they are not so conversant, they would actually engage some person who is a student, use that person to do certain things, the tasks and all that. Once they are done, they are paid. So continuously in a month, the person is able to raise a bit of some money here and there. Now the criteria is that everything is done within the system. So at a certain point, we actually monitor how much they make in a month, and we try to help them through our way of doing advertisements to people so that they can use their services. So they earn every month. That's when they can access. So the system provides for them to be able to request for the funds from our system, which we'll definitely discuss later. Okay, so this is exactly how this thing would actually work. If there are questions, please you can ask in a text or whatever, and I'll be able to clarify. So our solution management, ladies and gentlemen, first you need to look at it. How is it managed? First, number one, every student needs this service. As long as you are a student under this program, you need this service. So we would actually want you as a student, or we want these students to be able to be part of this because they deserve to be who they are and what they do. So we need these students, meaning we pay particular attention on these people because they are students. Secondly, the businesses. Every school leaver deserves the chance to succeed. Therefore, we would actually work with businesses that would actually be able to support this program so that we can work further or succeed. I would give you an example. We would actually be partnering with so many companies that would actually want to use our services. I'll give you an example. Apart from us using the platform in a way that we have actually said previously, there is also an aspect of requesting a company to be part of this program so that its name can actually be advanced or its brand can actually be enhanced. Why? Because wherever we are actually working, these students would actually be able to represent them, or they would actually be able to do their tasks in a cheaper manner. So we would actually want also these businesses to come on these platforms that we are actually working with for them to leverage on business so that they can actually make money out of it, because we will be dealing with people, a lot of people. The other thing is we are also trying to look at supporters. These supporters are organizations, for example, a European Union would actually say, this is a brilliant idea. We have 50,000 kwacha. Here is a 50,000. Can you enhance the services and make sure that this that are missing are there? So this is why we are talking about the supporters. Now, when we look at why our work to study solution, like we have said, it is designed with your success in mind. Here is why we stand out. Now, first and foremost, there's access to higher education. We know for sure that so many school leavers are not accessing higher education because of the exorbitant fees. So that is why this is very important in every district. Secondly, financial stress free. Why? Because there is a component where they actually have a way to earn money. So because they are earning money, whatever they are doing, it's actually sorted out in terms of incidentals. The income they get, they are actually sorting out problems. They'll be paying school fees out of it. They'll be buying things, do whatever, and all those things. So that is exactly the thing. Thirdly, comprehensive support. They will definitely get the support from us, from everyone, every company that works with us, every organization that comes with a solution. They would actually. So what we are going to have, ladies and gentlemen, is a comprehensive type of program where many people come together to sort out one issue. You would actually agree with me that these junkies we are talking about in the streets, these are not necessarily junkies that we would actually throw away completely. These are people that we can actually bring back or avoid them going out, because definitely the truth of the matter is that what makes them go that direction is because they do not have opportunities coming their way. So that is exactly what we are talking about. Then we are talking about professional work study coaching. Our vision to create a world where every school leaver, regardless of their financial background, has access to quality higher education and the opportunities needed to succeed in a competitive job market. What we are talking about in terms of the vision is that definitely, gentlemen, we are not saying only the rich should be doctors, engineers, and all that. Then the poor, those village poor, would never be that. No, we are saying even those poor people, if we give them an opportunity, they would actually succeed in life and change. When they change even the entire household. That is one thing. Two, our mission is to empower these school leavers by providing affordable access to higher education. Affordable means that we do not want it to be expensive for them to fail. And that's why we are doing what we are doing. The aspect of providing work for them to do that is just an aspect of trying to find out whether it can work or not. In the near future, when this thing is not there, we want a situation where a parent would actually wake up in the morning and say, oh, since I'm a teacher, I would actually sponsor my child. Every month I'll be paying for my child, and the child would actually become a nurse, doctor, or an engineer. You see? So this is exactly what we are talking about. So this is the website that we would actually be using, because every content, every message is actually explained very well. And we are talking about experience. It's 17 years of experience. Maybe I would actually tell you, guidance services in Zambia, even counseling services in Zambia, they are not really implemented as they are if you compare with the Western countries. In the Western countries, these structures are actually well defined. A person, that's why today you find that people are actually committing suicide because they do not have where to go, where you can coach them or change them or see how best you help them. The only place that you find counselors is the clinic because of HIV and other illnesses. Otherwise, there is no other place where there is an existing counselor. There is no other place where some of us are actually trained. Me, I'm a trained counselor, trained guidance teacher, trained to that level where I can actually practice. Okay, we have organizations that are existing. We do not know what they are doing. Now, this office that you are going to be taking care, supervising, it is an office that will exist for the first time in a district, which will offer services that are missing. I'm sure you agree with me. So we move forward. Our offerings, definitely, gentlemen, we realize that most of these kids in the school leavers you'll be dealing with, they have literally no competence in terms of computer skills. So we need to create a deliberate basic computer skill program where anyone, even when they are not on the program, they can actually just come and train in basic computer skills. Financial literacy, if they will be getting a bit of some money from the other side and be able to manage their lives, they need financial literacy. So that instead of them maybe going to drink up the money, we need them to understand they need to plan and invest. Basic enterprise skills. These are skills that give them to say, okay, I'm making 200 quarter per month. If I pay school fees out of this, I remain with this, I can invest in this so that I keep growing my. Because I think in life today, if you are working, you basically need to have a side hustle where you are doing some kind of business that is going to sustain you and add more to what you are actually working on. So this is basically the idea. The other thing that we really need to look at, ladies and gentlemen, is that we are going to actually use the learning management system, which is the Center for E-Learning System. Those of you who have never gone there, I'm sure some of us are actually using it. Of course, it has given us a lot of problems in terms of materials because time and the expertise in terms of who to do this and that is actually something that is giving us problems. But this time around, it has been sorted out. We have a bit of some money that has been given, so we are thinking we invest into development of materials and all that, so that we improve on this. So this is actually catered for. We do not have any problems. Then the freelance jobs is actually going to be also another platform, a marketplace for assistants, where you can actually click and see who on the platform you can work with from different districts. So that is exactly what we are going to do. So you'll be able to review when you look down there, you can click there and you'll be reviewing the platform where this assistance is. Then there is a part where we are talking about the frequently asked questions. So frequently asked questions. So they will actually give you that explanation in terms of what it is. Now, at district level as agents, this is why we are talking about the money that we'll be actually making. Work to study, we are talking about courses. So for you to be administering these things, it means that there will be some learning process and the people will be paying for this. And that is why the more we have people, the more as an agent we make it just there. There is work to study supply, where our program partners with the businesses to provide students with laptops and tablets, ensuring they have the essential tools needed to succeed in the education. For example, we are working right now. We are working with Current. They are the ones that are actually taking up that support in terms of computers. All computers we use at the office, everywhere, we buy from them. Then we work to study repair. We are trying to create this delivery policy where each district has either a person that can repair or whatever through our system, so that these people can actually be making a bit of some money. And you as an agent, because and also you can actually do this repair away from your district. You send it to Tata, we have it repaired, we send it back to you. People will walk into your office and get the laptop which is repaired, where you make a bit of some money from there. Even when you come to work to study rental, we will definitely have laptops, tablets, which people can actually rent out so that they can go and use them and then can get back to you or when they have finished using them. The work to study camp is the boot camps where even big people that actually say, no, if I try to shibe go must lose by camp computer, they would actually join camps or whatever, where you just deliberately get the reports, oh guys, let's go and do this. Then it's a creative activity that will bring some kind of, sometimes learning in a classroom or in a certain way, you create certain different ways that would actually excite people so that they can be able to do it. Work to whatever, all that is something that we can use. So I think this explains what we will be using as the main project. Thank you for joining. There can be no better opportunities to enjoy your life than being uh, an agent. Take time to have to earn a living. I think those are just mistakes here and there. But however, this ends our presentation in terms of that. So I'll actually go back to other formulas or other websites so that you see how best these are integrated. For now, let me end here. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I thought this can actually help us